Hello everyone, I Dr. Arun Bhatia, Faculty of Management Department. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on entrepreneurship. So friends, an entrepreneur is basically an individual who starts a business and he comes out with some creative thought, some innovative thought, and he puts it into the market to serve the market well. It's his creative thought and innovative thinking process, which makes him as an entrepreneur. So, a Peter Drucker, the well-known person, he defines an entrepreneur as one who always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. Innovation is a specific tool of entrepreneur. Without innovation, an entrepreneur does not exist because there are so many of products or services which are already available in the market. So this is basically an individual who comes out with some innovative thought process, maybe a creative thinking which never existed before. The means by which they exploit change as an opportunity for a different business or services. Now I want to talk about some women entrepreneurs. Women entrepreneurs has no specific definition, but at some point of time, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said that when women moves forward, the family moves, the village moves, the nation moves. So his words, really make some meaning in today's time. An entrepreneur as an enterprise owned and controlled by a woman having a minimum financial interest of 51% of the capital and giving at least 51% of the employment generated by them. Now, why women need to really work? Where is the need for them to work? Because they are married, they have kids to raise, they have so much of responsibilities on their shoulders. Some of the factors which could be like they are really pushed into the business. Maybe there's a sudden death of the bread earner, there is a sudden fall in family income, maybe there is a permanent inadequacy in income of the family. So what really draws them towards the business? Women's desire to evaluate their talent, because today the women are well educated, they are far ahead of male members, so they want to evaluate their talent to utilize the free time or education. If they are not working, if they are just spending much of the time in the household, they want to really make use of the time. So maybe that's a pull factor for them. Next, the need and perception of women's liberation, equity, etc. Because today, when we talk about the organizations they really have they work in an environment where they treat everybody at par. So maybe that's one of the reasons why women need to work. They want to gain recognition, they want to have some importance and social status in the community, or to get an economic independence. Why? Because if the financial head, that is the male member, is no longer in the house, or there's a sudden death of the bread earner, so they want to have some economic independence, they want to live their life on their own. Now, I'm going to talk about the types of women entrepreneurs. There are different types of women entrepreneurs based on the skills, based on the kind of a setup that they have within the country. The first type is the upper crust. Upper crust means that these type of women entrepreneurs, they are established in big cities. They have a high level of technical and professional qualifications. They are highly qualified. They sound financial. They are of sound financial with businesses like export houses, like travel agencies, like kindergartens, and so on. And they have a minimum. They aspire for a minimum turnover of rupees 5 crore and above. The second type of women entrepreneurs are the mid-rung entrepreneurs. Now, these entrepreneurs are established in cities and towns. They have a sufficient education, maybe an MBA pass out, and these women entrepreneurs, they undertake women's services like kindergarten, creches, beauty parlors, health clinics, etc. Then there are the third type of the entrepreneurs are the grassroots entrepreneurs. Grassroots entrepreneurs are basically illiterate women. They basically belong to the village side. They are not so financially strong, they are financially weak, and they are involved in family businesses such as agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, dairy, fasteners, agro, forestry, handlooms, power, etc. Some examples I would like to quote is one that I can remember is of Mahila Gram Udyog. Now under this Gram Udyog, there were 7 ladies who started in 1959 by the name of Lijjat Papad. Lijjat Papad today is a well-known brand, it's a very established brand, and along with dinner or with lunch, we always would like to have a Lijjat Papad. Then there's one Simon Tata who started Lakme. We talk about Shehnaz Hussain, who had a herbal heritage and she is a well-known figure. We talk about Ekta Kapoor, who started Balaji Films. So friends, we understand by today's lecture that entrepreneurship is taking a lead on, and women are coming forward and they're joining hands with the male members in setting up a business empire and giving good employment opportunities to everybody. Thank you everyone. I hope you liked the lecture and we would like to continue further. Please do like and subscribe to Technia TV. Thank you very much.